refrigerator, which uses no electricity. It's a one-stop portal for public services in Indonesia.
An automatic translator that you plug in your ear. I came to Germany to learn about experiential technology. It's one of the things that will change the world. And I'd like to be part of this change.
When you find community or the forefront of all the technology, all that is happening, is changing. It's open doing in the future. And that's interesting.
For me, my explanation for you has been my name. When I get here, I go, I pick the other students say, oh yeah, that's cool. I think you know what to say. Let's do it.
You see that there's many more people out there that actually want to use like I did. It's really important. This was something really there. Something really amazing. And
in 20 years, we're having a contest to find a great future leader activity in the world. In order to win the chance to come, come up with an idea that we have around the area or leverage technology in some way. Starting from prevention, how business on the web, everything's in there we work.
Oh, nice.
Here, our first timer. Great, thank you. Please give our first timer a applause.
99% then.
Okay, very quickly, a quick introduction. My name is Billy Chang.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Thank Rob Keith for doing the lovely yoga. And when she asked the question, how many of you are like virgins to Kickstart? The number of virgins kind of surprised me. We usually have like 70% new people, but we kind of count as closer to 90%. So for the first time, welcome to Kickstart. Maverick. I one of the co-founders of Kickstart. GP that you see quite GP at the back in the purple shirt. Yeah, he's married with a kid, so he's also one of the co-founders of Kickstart. And then, okay, let's just go through some of the logistics first before we invite Scott to come up on stage. First things first. Oh yeah, as you know, this. Okay, how many of you this is the first time for you to be at the Hall of Awesomeness? Okay, I own this hall until 10:30 tonight. It actually belongs to Mind Valley. And once a year, actually twice now, they will actually do what we call an Awesomeness Fest. So I was at Awesomeness Fest last year with Bali. Aslan was there. I think there are a few other investors and all that. So what happens at A-Fest, you will see in this video.
Every year, a group of about together in a paradise location to do something really unique. We call it Awesomeness Fest.
Awesomeness Fest is an experiential and exclusive invite-only event that mixes learning and growth, bonding with like-minded people, parties and excursions, and a whole lot of fun.
Awesomeness Fest has been happening for the last 4 years in beautiful exotic locations around the world. It's spreading worldwide, and it's now happening in 5 different countries, with entrepreneurs from some 25, 30 countries all gathering in one spot to bond, connect, grow by learning from each other.
doing a lot of projects.
We believe entrepreneurs are the key to pushing humanity forward, to helping craft a better world. But many entrepreneurs, we notice, as they rise to the top, they start to get lonely.
So as far as the Awesomeness Fest agenda, by day you have hands-on workshops and transformational exercises led by some of the most amazing thought leaders, engaging presentations, and lots of opportunities to grow and connect with one another.
We focus on 2 things. The first is changing belief systems. We bring in legendary people like Anusha and Sami, Chip Conley, who talk about their journey to success and what made them who they are. These disrupt your models of the world. They disrupt what you believe is truly possible, and they help you adapt new belief systems that enrich your life and that allow you to go out there and impact a lot more people. But the second thing we do is teach you systems for living, systems that optimize this human being, awesome new ways to hack your body, your mind, your spirit, your soul, new ways of meditation, of personal growth, of boosting your productivity, of taking every aspect of your life and supercharging it to the next level. Your business grows to the level at which you grow. And that's why Awesomeness Fest is so dedicated to personal growth and evolution.
Then by night, you have amazing entertainment, incredible theme parties, and private events and excursions. So some of our past events have included a visit to the Mayan ruins in Mexico, a visit to a Balinese temple, a sunset catamaran cruise with a party that took place in the middle of the ocean. We also have some pretty amazing parties, from gods and goddesses to carnivals to superheroes.
It's a place where people come to break new ground, to leave all the inhibitions behind and to experience new experiences.
Met some amazing people who normally you would never meet. And even if you meet them, it wouldn't be in a context where you connect with them so easily.
If you have a dream, if you have an idea, if you have a desire, if you feel deep down inside that yes, you can do something that you were put here on this planet for a reason, then yes, you should go ahead and
This is really an international group. And the reason it's so important is you learn to respect the friends that are really around the world.
Studies show that the #1 determinant of human happiness is the value of our social connections. And that's why Awesomeness Fest is designed to bring into play different emotions that bring people to connect at levels so deep you probably never experienced this at any other gathering. When smart people come together, they multiply each other's talents. This is the core idea behind Awesomeness Fest.
Okay, so that's what A-Fest is about. Asa is actually kind of crappy that we don't look handsome enough to be in the videos. I like get in front of the camera all the time, and yet they don't put me on. I had another talk with them. So, okay, I know some of the questions that's on your mind is how much, but before you arrive at the question, apply first. 5,000 people applied for A-Fest last year, only 500,000. So it's actually so much of me anymore. So it's all about getting the right people. Like when I've been in events for the past 10 years. This was the first event where I did not run into anyone that was trying to sell me insurance or financial products or MLM, which is like, so, and you see the speakers that are there, they don't, in certain events, usually they put the speakers at a special VIP as well. By A-Fest, the speakers were sitting just beside me. I was sharing the same table with Heidi. So imagine the conversation that you get with someone of that level, like your us. So just go to awesomenessfest.com, go apply for it, and someone from my wedding will call you to do a real interview. And seriously, if you think this is a gimmick, my friends applied last year and they didn't get it. So I thought it was a marketing gimmick and all that kind of stuff. So, hey guys, why don't you just come on in? Sit on someone's lap. Come down, because you guys will start a little pasar malam. Yes, listen to Iram.
Okay lah. Oh, she's Iram.
Come on, don't be shy, come on.
After I thought this gonna be
Okay, this is the
yeah,
next event. Okay, for those who come, this is the first time at Kickstart. This is our usual Kickstart where we do once a month, where we bring a speaker and speak and do a coaching session. We also have the Kickstart Leopard session, which is a smaller group. We usually do it at the Starbucks with 40, 50 people. We can kind of network and all that. The Kickstart nesting event. You guys need to be quiet. Thank you, Malaysians. Yes. Don't get excited on the food. They are just serving you marijuana right now. We have a Sunday month where you actually learn things like Facebook marketing and all that. And the best thing is you
the last
bring
one
your
teaching.
laptop and your iPad because
very good.
you know what? Tony Robbins taught me this: when people are not listening, you need to say the F word or bloody hell. You know what? People just keep quiet. See, you're not new today. So you bring your iPads and all that because the consultants or myself will be guiding you the process because we don't want you to walk away from the 3 hours attending a Facebook marketing workshop and you don't know anything about Facebook marketing after the 3 hours. And it's free as well. So what we're going to do this month with the 22nd of March is I realized that as a learner, I don't have access to cash all the time. So I was actually invited to BFS Breakaway to take an exhibition booth, but their booth costs like 5 to 8 grand, and this like, I don't know, 2 years of Starbucks supply. So what I decided was that I got 2 friends and printed t-shirts. So what we did was that we just walked up and down the exhibition hall, giving name cards, each t-shirt for 40 ringgit. So what we're going to do at this particular workshop is that a lot of you come to me and say, how do you come up with slogans and things like that? That's why you're going to learn at the workshop. So come in with your logo and your branding. If you don't have a slogan or a tagline, no worries, just come. And Image, would you stand up please? Okay, lucky for me, I have free t-shirts for the rest of my life, thanks to my sponsor. I am looking for underwear sponsors too. Image has some discounts, right, for the people tonight? Yes,
Again,
correct. So what's going to happen is that you can go and visit him later, you can visit the
that is a free usage.
after you've done your design, they
You want or not, I can give you.
And they are not some China people that basically ask you, MOQs at 10,000 pieces, if not enough to deliver. They do one piece as well. So you wear one piece, your girl doesn't like it, scrap it, and go back and design. So on trial days on the 22nd, I will send you an invite for that event as well.
Okay, good.
And with that, I think I'll bring, let me just talk a bit about Scott first. I've known Scott for the past 8 years. He tours around Asia quite a fair bit. Now, he basically introduced himself as a motivational humorist. He's a really funny guy, so every time I go out with him, he has this quirky new gift for me, which usually stuns me before I actually found out the joke behind it. And he's been doing some research which is interesting. He's been researching the most admired companies all over the world and basically finding out what strategies they use to build cultures that are super fantastic. Whenever I meet someone like Scott, I'll say, you know what, I'm a one-man show. I'm a micro-entrepreneur. The Kickstart community, most of us don't even have like more than 2 employees, and that's not counting the wife or the girlfriend or the kid. So, but he said, you know what, some of the strategies that he thinks can actually be used for startups as well. So that's why when I know he's touring Asia this time, I invited him, and he just won the Cabinet Award. And he just, okay, the old way of me selling it is that millions of people apply for it. He came and corrected me. Actually, only thousands of people applied, and every year 1%, which is a really cool thing. I'll let Scott talk more about it later. And with that, let's put our hands together and welcome Scott Friedman.
happy and you know it, clap your hands. Just making sure. You had a little laughter, yoga to start with. I mean, that gets you in the mood, right? And then we're in the Hall of Awesomeness. How can you not feel good at the Hall of Awesomeness, right? All right, so tonight, hopefully we'll laugh a little bit because laughter is good for you if you learn, right? It has no calories, no caffeine, no cholesterol, no MSG, no preservatives, no salt, no sodium, no sugar. When you laugh, so much of you have a good time. So if something sounds funny, you have permission just to go, okay? And we're together for 30, 35 minutes, but what really happens is when you leave here tonight. So I want you to challenge yourself to take at least one idea from tonight and put it to work in your life.
There.
Now I try to challenge myself every couple of years, whether I need it or not. No, I'm kidding. I do it a lot more than that. We need it all the time. But if you ever, I did one of those 5-day personal growth training, 12 hours a day. You ever do one of those? The biggest challenge came on the final day, the 5th day. The final day was designated stretch day. The purpose of stretch day was to stretch your capabilities in your comfort zone and do something you wouldn't normally do. The assignment was to go out into the community of Chicago, start a meaningful conversation with somebody that you wouldn't normally talk to. And the way that you would know if it was the person you were supposed to talk to or not was when your heart was racing with fear. That's how you knew that that was the person you were supposed to talk to. And everybody in class was given a stretch buddy in case you became afraid. You had somebody there to give you a little bit of encouragement. Richard was my stretch. He looked like he'd overindulged in the 60s, sporting the long hair. But he was supportive, and that's what you wanted in a good stretch buddy. So we walked into the food court of this mall, gave each other the high five like we do in America sometimes. Go get 'em, Richard. Go get 'em, Scott. And off we went, looking for our willing volunteers. I walked into the food court of this mall, and first 2 ladies I see, I'm thinking, I have been single my entire life. I have been turned down more than a king-size bed there is. A little bit more rejection. Hadn't big a deal. Had to look on. Next table, 2 police officers having lunch. And when I was a little bit of a juvenile delinquent in my day, it's easy to talk to police. They're there to protect and deserve, right? Once again, no big deal. Next table, table for 6. 6 people at the table. And these are in their 70s or 80s, somewhere in that range, and they're speaking a foreign language. And not only are they speaking a foreign language, they are fighting in a foreign language. Nowhere to sit, fighting in a foreign language. Right in the middle of the lunch. I'm thinking, I can't go over there. I start to turn away, and all of a sudden, and how you know something would be good for you. But you play those tapes in your mind, why now may not be the time to do it. Maybe it's time to get up to speed with technology and really learn the intricacies, because if you haven't made a commitment to technology, you've made a commitment to retire. What do you need to do in those situations where you know it would be good for you, you know you should do it, but you just need to do it, right? Well, it was part of my assignment, so I didn't have much of a choice. So I went over to the lady that was at the head of the table. I said, excuse me, ma'am, do you mind if I sit down and chat for a little while? She looks up at me, and in English she says, that's your I really don't want to, I would just love to sit and chat. And she just stared at me. When was the last time your heart raced with fear? If you're not scared, it's not big. If you're not living on the edge, you're ticking up to my space. So one message I want you to take with tonight is to challenge yourself. to step out of your comfort zone, but to have a good time while you're doing it. So as Maverick mentioned, my talk is celebrate lessons learned from the world's most admired organizations. We did research and interviews in 35 different countries to find out how people connect, how they engage their employees, how they celebrate success. So, any good program on celebration should be somewhat of a celebration itself, don't you think? All right. So, anybody having a birthday tonight? Let's celebrate. Anybody? Any birthday? You gotta honor any birthday. Any birthday? Birthday?
Next month, next month.
All right. What date is it? Quick little test. All right, you'll lose. Anybody else want to pretend? Anybody feel a year older tonight? Never?
Oh.
You're all right, anybody having a birthday this week? Not yet. Okay. Hey, just for plan, you pass it. It's uncirculated right from the U.S. Treasury $2 bill for you. That's for you. Good luck. What's your name? Yeah. Yeah. What's your name? Yeah. Yeah. Yes. It's your birthday song. It isn't very long, so happy birthday to you. All right, give him a hand. All right. The next celebration is for anybody that's celebrating anything at all. You washed your hair this morning, put on a clean pair of underwear. What are you celebrating? Clean underwear. Clean underwear. There you go. Thank you. Half of the group. Pass this back to him if you would, please.
Literally.
Yeah lah, that's what I want right now. Just get all this stuff.
You can celebrate anything, right? All right, the next celebration is for the person in this room that thinks you are the most sexy. Oh, right there. Hey. No doubt.
Jiki.
What's your name, Miss Sexy? Charlotte? All right, Charlotte. This is what makes you so sexy?
This one is sexy, yeah.
So damn sexy. All right.
Yeah, the one in the purple shirt.
Yeah lah, purple shirt with technique.
Second here, I think.
His own name. Whoa.
In 1 second. Learners will have here. Well, then we'll be beautifully equipped to deal with the world in the long run. All right, so we're all learners, but this is really for you. Okay, so why do we start
That was short.
a program on celebration with a little celebration? Right? Because we learn the importance of celebration in the workplace and the power of celebration to engage people. Every year, there's a survey done by the corporate board, and one of the questions they ask the CEOs around the world is, what is the one thing that keeps you up at night? In 2012, number one globally and in Asia was innovation. And how do we remain relevant to our customers? And as startups, as an entrepreneurs, that's a question that needs to constantly be asked by you. How do you stay relevant to your customers? How do you create something of value that they really need? And then second, human capital. How do we become a brand that attracts good talent and retains good talent? And I think celebration is one of the best ways to fully engage people. And what is engagement at the highest level? I like Blessing White definition. Fully represents an alignment of maximum job satisfaction with maximum job opportunity. I love my job, I do it well, and I feel like I'm making a difference in the company, and hopefully, if you look at Gen-Y statistics and what they need today, hopefully you're making a difference in society as well. So if you want to attract good people, if you want to keep good people, if you want to build a brand of choice, how do we satisfy the people that are working here? How do I make them happy so that they love their job? And how do I make sure that they buy in, that they feel the ownership, that they truly feel like they are making a contribution to the company and to society at the same time. So do you have a tattoo on your, that's the highest level right there of engagement, is when you brand your body with your own logo. Be proud. That's worth $4. $2. You can show me the tattoo of your company on your body. And if it's somewhere I should be looking, it's worth $6. All right?
You don't use that, you use the shit to show.
That's where we want to get to. It's very self. You never know. Google. Google's what you would consider the most admired company, right? They end up on almost every list that you see out there. You need a slide from the third floor to the first floor like you have in Mountain View, California? Probably not, but we can sure learn some good lessons. Now, they say the reason it's so much fun to use Google is the people. So they do it making sure they have ID for the company. But then they grow them, and this is the important part. They create an ecosystem that it's easy to be successful. So they create a culture that honors, that celebrates, that has a lot of fun, that truly takes care of their employees. And then they encourage them to moonlight on other projects for a greater cause. 20% of those engineers that work at Google spend 1 day a week, 20% of their time, on something that they're passionate about with other team members. What are you doing to create that passion in your workers? And because of that, here's some of the products that have been created on that 20% of the time that they spend on what they are passionate about. I mentioned the book to you. One of the questions we asked in the survey: what is essential for celebration to really work within an organization? 4 things came up. Number 1, inclusivity. Right, I'm going to get back to inclusivity in 1 minute. Okay? I'm ahead of myself. Sometimes I get really excited in front of a group like this. The next thing you know, I'm 3 slides ahead. All right. Before I get that, I need to engage you in the process of celebration. Let me ask you a question better than the inclusivity, which we'll get to in a minute. All right. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being you celebrate all the time, and 1, you don't celebrate that. If you look at work and career, what number would that be? We found that 87% of the people said they didn't celebrate enough. Almost 9 out of 10 people wanted more celebration in their life. Wow, that's pretty good. What is it for you on a scale of 1 to 10? What would you like it to be? You may not have it more like a 10, right? Is it because you're too stressed out all the time? And you look at celebration as just another chore, another stressor. You got a card, you got to get a cake, you got to get your nails done. Michael, you can help a couple times get your nails done. It's expensive, right? Yeah. Right. But the way we define celebration is acknowledging all that is good. It's acknowledging the good work that you do. It's acknowledging the people that you do it with. It's acknowledging the people that you do it for. It's acknowledging those little milestones along the way. It's building on your strengths. It's building on what already works. It's really an attitude. Celebration mentality is your approach to life. How you define the experiences of your life. If you change your lens, you can change your language, you can change your life. One of the ladies we interviewed for the book was a lady by the name of Joanna Branty, returnonhappiness.com. I love her use of language. She looks at language. Look at the difference between the word deadline and finish line. I mean, I don't want to achieve any objective with the word get it. Yeah, we finished right on time on Tuesday, but in the process, 2 guys are dead. Finish line implies there's going to be some sort of celebration, right? Marketing's jumping up and down, HR's going wild, the just cracked a smile. You know it's going to be a good day. So if you take one actual action step away from here, change the word deadline to finish line, and notice the difference as you start to approach that task. And then when you get to the finish line, let that be a reminder that it's time to celebrate. Mary Liberty wrote a book called Stop Screaming at the Microwave, and another called I Used to Have a Handle on Life, but It Broke. She talks of one of the concepts is the best of the best. When her kids were young, around the dinner table, first question she'd ask, what's the best thing that happened at school today? Sometimes it may be a score on a test. Other times maybe a nice, funny conversation with a friend. Maybe a note from a secret admirer. When she taught her kids how to scan for what's positive in their lives. What a great game to play at your board meetings, at any meeting. Start off by sharing what's already working. You immediately increase the energy and momentum, and anything that you do after that is easier to talk about because you've already celebrated or you've already acknowledged what's working. Try that at cocktail parties. Try that around the workplace. Anywhere. I had the great privilege of serving the National Speakers Association of America as president in 2004-2005. With that responsibility, I had to visit 38 chapters in the States and another 11 international chapters. My favorite game was the best of the best. The night before, when we would have a board dinner or whatever, it's a great way to learn about people. Find out what they're excited about. What's working in your life? What's, you have a new book that you're a new family member. What's going on in your life? And then when you see them again, if you can remember, the older I get, the harder that is, but still, then at least you have something positive to talk about. All right, here's where I got back to this inclusivity. 4 things that come up that is essential in an organization for celebration to work. It took me a long time to get back to these slides are kind of, they have a mind of their own. All right, inclusivity. Everybody wants to feel part of the game. You want celebration to work, make sure that you are inclusive. So when you're looking at your celebrations, does it really involve everyone? Everybody wants to know the secret handshake. Next was gratitude. To appreciate the life that you have and the people in your life. Simple as that. Okay? Play. Play is letting go of the past. Letting go of whatever anger. Letting go of whatever emotion. Whatever didn't serve you in the past, let it go. And don't be so worried about the future. Sure, you can focus on it, but live in the moment. Celebrate the adventure, the experiences of everyday living. That's the true spirit of play. And then surprise. The reason celebration fails in so many organizations is because it's too institutionalized. This is the way we've been celebrating birthdays here for the last 20 years. We have a cut of cake at the first October, Tuesday of October, and all the October babies get to cut the cake and want to take a heart attack on your birthday. You know what I mean? We gotta spontaneity, keeping it fresh, catching people doing something right in the moment is what makes celebration work. So if you look at those last 3, gratitude, play, and surprise, what does that stand for? GPS.
Oh.
Don't get out of bed in the morning without turning on your GPS. You're on the way to the bathroom, you're cranky in the morning, you hear that little voice in your head. Recalculate. All right, the point of GPS is, in any situation, no matter how much pain, how much stress, no matter how much anxiety you have going on in your life, you have control over that, depending on what you focus on in your life. Right? So if you turn on your GPS, the quickest way to get rid of any negative emotion is to practice gratitude. If you're grateful, all of a sudden you're not so pressured, you're not so stressed, you're not so angry about whatever. You just switch that place of gratitude. So we need an anchor. We need emotion to remind us when we're in that state, how do we turn it around? When we have this great start, things are going well, and then all of a sudden it's not happening the way we want it. What do? We turn on the GPS. All right, so drive with me. Where are we going? Come on, everybody, hands up. We're driving. All right? Where are we going? Somewhere fun. fun at Disneyland, right? All right, so what's the happy finger? I love a young group with fruitful imaginations. The thumbs up is a happy finger, right? Give me a thumbs up. All right. All right, remember that. What do you think the surprise finger is? A little, things are good, then things are really good, all right? All right, so then take it out. We have like the old hang loose. In Hawaii, they call that shaka. All right, give me a little, all right, I'll put a little motion into it, a little body, a little laughter yoga. Woo! All right, so this is your sign, and it's also the universal sign of life. In any situation, you can turn on your GPS. I'm going to ask you a question. The answer is GPS, like you really mean it. Give me the sign, okay? Too much stress? GPS. All right, you got it around the S. I'll give you another chance. Life's a mess. GPS. Financial duress. GPS. All right, I think you're ready. Okay, so let's take a look at gratitude for a minute. So gratitude starts from the moment that you wake up in the morning. Right? What if we treated every day like Employee Appreciation Day? Like Customer Appreciation Day, like Family Appreciation Day, Friend Appreciation Day. From the moment you wake up. See, too often we wake up in fear, or we wake up with stressed out or pressure because of all the stuff that we have to do or whatever we have to face that day. Go to gratitude first. You can wake up with the attitude of gratitude or just an attitude. You know the attitude? No? Another dark, dreary, dreadful day in the Kuala Lumpur dungeon of doom. You know people like that, right? No, I'm just guessing this sexy, but something tells me you got more like it. Look at you. When you look at it, you are it. Is it my imagination, or do you just keep getting better looking? You should be in a museum, you piece of work. Right? So somewhere between attitude
Self-gratification.
Like what? Yeah, all right. So we need to be a little bit more like this sexy. And the way that we do it, one question when you wake up in the morning. First question, the second you wake up, what is it I have to be grateful for today? You wake up, your name's up in the obituary section. Gonna be a good day. All right? Count your blessings. When you count your blessings, you have so many more blessings to count. Along with counting our blessings, we learn so much more from what doesn't work in our life than what does work in our life. So we need to do a better job of honoring mistakes. Because it's cool. Shouldn't be, but it is. There's a sales company in the States that the sales manager, every sales meeting, once every 2 weeks, starts off the meeting by putting a US $50 bill on the table. She shares a mistake she has made since the last meeting. Then she talks about the lesson that she has learned. Then every salesperson takes a turn, the mistake they've made, the lesson that they've learned. Whoever makes the biggest mistake, learns the greatest lesson, is awarded the $50. Woo! If you win 3 times in a row, you're fired. I mean, enough is enough already, right? Isn't that a great way? So it encourages people to talk about their mistake and the lessons that they learned. You see, you don't get success without failure. You have to make it comfortable, especially in a startup, to give people permission to take some risks. Biggest killer of innovation, a culture that doesn't support it. In our office, when I'm in town, every Friday, or if I'm leaving on a Friday, we'll do it on a Thursday. About 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, we play Wine Wow Wine Friday. The wine is favorite beverage. Usually in our office it's wine. Right? Ladies like to drink. You have a glass of wine, share a wow, best of the best. What's working? What worked this week? What are you proud of? What happened that we're excited about? What's going on in the week? Hopefully there's something. Usually there is. Then the wine. All right,
retrospective.
Why? Wow. Employee gratitude. Richard Branson, he talks about his success. He says it's pretty easy. He says first he takes care of his employees. Then he takes care of customers. And then he takes care of his shareholders. But if he does it in that order, everybody feels taken care of. It's not happiness that makes us grateful, but it's gratefulness that makes us happy. Want to change and have more fun with what you do? Start with gratitude. It's the most powerful emotion that you change of emotions by practicing gratitude. Play. Play is letting go of worry, anxiety, and pressure, embracing the positive emotions of curiosity, spontaneity, a joy, a love, a passion for what it is that we do. Being able to accept your current reality, all the expectations and demands that are placed on you and you place on yourself, all the pressure and the heartache that you have in your life, and still be able to turn on the ODES. Starts with two important questions. Question one, have you decided you want it to be fun? I mean, if you're not having fun, you're spending all this time at work, why do it? It's gotta be fun. You don't want to go through life like this. No.
Sourpuss.
Next question, what are you doing to make it more fun? Zappos. Most of you have heard of Zappos, I bet, right?
Yeah.
The online shoe retailer from America. But it's a pretty boring business. But they're not in the business of delivering shoes. They are in the business of delivering happiness. They've created a lot of resources and time around making it fun. One of their core objectives is to create fun and a little weirdness. All right, be honest, who in this room isn't a little bit weird? All right, you're the only one, all right? And that's just for saying that, you're weird. We're all weird. So basically what Zappos is saying is celebrate your uniqueness, right?
Oh.
That's the inclusivity part. Give people a chance to be their authentic selves. Make innovation fun. How many are familiar with box.com out in Northern California?
Yes.
What they do,
Cloud storage.
one of the best ways that they come up with new ideas about midnight, they will start hack-fest and brainstorming session with pizza and beer. So about 12 to 5, they will drink beer and pizza and just come up with all kinds of, brainstorm all kinds of new ideas. Then they'll go to social media at 5, and they'll talk about all the exciting ideas. Usually they're a little inebriated at that time, a little drunk, maybe, who knows. But then they share, and then they crowdsource, and they put out these ideas, and then people comment on the ideas, and they just create this storm of innovation and creativity, and that's where their best ideas come from. So what is it in your company, in your startup? How do you bring that creativity out of people? What kind of process do you have? You know, maybe just beer and pizza at midnight woodwork. I spoke last week at the Central Bank, the big bank in the Philippines that deals with all the other banks. Very formal situation on the box.com. I said, so what is that? I said, can you guys see yourself doing this? And I mean, not so much, right? But what is it for you? Here, I can see this group a lot more. This could probably work, right? So the key is, in your company, how do you honor the creative process? What makes it work for you? And this video I'm about to show you is a long-term care community. This is a senior nursing home. They engage their staff this way, engage the residents, and increase their occupancy rate almost double just because of one video that went viral. This is it. Can you turn it up a little bit?
Crazy, but
saw this on the internet as I was getting ready for the program. It made me laugh, but I thought, what a great idea. This could be any bar. Any bar. Daycare center. You need time for yourself, you need time to relax. You want to go shopping? Leave your husband with us. So it's just this creative way of branding yourself, right? Giving yourself permission to come up with those creative ideas. That's so bad. Now, anybody see any of the Olympics a few weeks ago? Yeah, so in Sochi. And so the opening ceremony, okay, so here you have Russia, who has a questionable reputation over the years. And,
5 rings.
They want to make sure that it's peaceful. They want to reach out that olive branch to make sure that it really is a community, global community coming together for good. So they took an image of the Russian police, and they started the Olympics with the Russian police choir singing to an American song. I show you this, and there's sadness in my heart as I look at what's going on in Ukraine, because after the goodwill that just happened, and then now we're dealing with what we're dealing with. But here, how cool is this? The Russian police choir singing probably a song you're familiar with. Apple, one of the most innovative companies that you would think when you think of innovative company. They at a brainstorming meeting, they said, okay, what organizations offer the best customer service in the world? And they came up with the Four Seasons Concierge offered the best customer service. And that's how they patterned their Genius bars, was after the Four Seasons Concierge. Anybody ever been to a Genius bar at Apple before? So when you walk in, you can ask them any question you want. If you have a problem with your computer, you can make a 15-minute appointment. So they want all the answers. You have to have all the answers if you're a genius. You do it in a very gracious, humble, servant leadership kind of way when you go to genius. That was patterned after the Four Seasons. So you can get your most innovative ideas from any company in the world. Just pay attention when you have that feeling like, wow, this is great service. How can I apply that to my company? What can I say? Michael Eisner did Disneyland. I do believe that the future of all business is going to be based on innovation and creativity. We are going to compete in the global marketplace. You must be willing to take intelligent risks. And you must encourage failure because you won't get success. Paige Hopsenberg won the first gold medal in the Sochi Olympics. And I love when he was being interviewed. He said, I just try stuff, just see if it works. Okay? You're a snowboard champion. If it doesn't work, what happens? You break your neck. It didn't work. I broke my neck. That's a heavy price to pay, wouldn't you say? But isn't that great? What if we had that attitude? I just want to try to see if it works. Throw a lot of stuff out there. You're not living on the edge. You're taking up too much space. Comfort never produced greatness. Success is just moving from failure to failure with enthusiasm. You never really fail unless you quit. You want creativity in your company? Reward creativity. Like Kempton did. $10,000 for anyone, the idea from any employee in any of our locations that comes up with an best idea wins $10,000. Then there's a lot of second, third, fourth prizes well down the line. Reward creativity. Encourage people to take risks. Encourage people to think. Encourage people to be their authentic selves. Look for innovation all around them. That's how you will innovate as a company. If you believe you have limitations, you do. If you argue for your limitations, they're yours. But the only limitations we really have in life are the limitations we place on ourselves. How big would you dream if you knew you couldn't fail? What would you do if you didn't know you couldn't do it? There's very seldom is there such thing as an unrealistic dream. Maybe an unrealistic time frame. But if you want something bad enough, and you're willing to give up whatever it takes in your life to make it part of your life, pretty darn good chance you'll bring that true. And then don't forget the element of surprise. I'm very lucky. I've had the same employee for 25 years, Nancy. After 1 year of working together, we sat down and we said, okay, how can we better serve our customers and how can we better serve each other? We came up with one idea that made all the difference in the world. We came up with job descriptions for each other. And the job description was the exact same. To create each other's perfect world. My perfect world revolves around more joy, less hassle. I want to be able to come and go as I please. I want the freedom to create. I want the chance to make a difference in whatever unique way I want to make a difference in the world. So if you ask Nancy what she does for me, she'll say the stuff that doesn't show, which is just about everything. Nancy's perfect world, she said, revolves around anything that doesn't have to do with accounting and technology. I said, fair enough, we'll order out. We do. She said, I want to spend more time with my son David. I said, great. During the summer, take more time off. Work from home more. Our parameters are a little greater than most. He said, then when David grew up, went off to college, I knew that every time I wanted to plan a surprise for Nancy, if somehow David was involved, she would be happy. Because the key to surprise, you can surprise people with what's highest on their joy list. Your surprise will be that much more appreciated and build that much more connection and engagement. So 50th birthday, David is now in school in Washington State. Phone rings. David calls Nancy and says, oh, Mom, I'm sorry I'm not going to be able to come home for your big birthday. We have a test at school. I can't make it up. I'm going to have to make it up to you later. She was disappointed. She understood. Morning of her 50th birthday, she's working a half-day, phone rings. I answer. She thinks it's a client. October 23rd. Hold on a minute, I need to check my calendar. Nancy, can you do me a favor? Can you run to the boot of my car and grab my road calendar out? She'd done this before. Takes my keys, my car's right outside. She opens up the boot. There's David, the boot of the car. Surprise! And once we revived her, she was somewhere close to that perfect world. What are you doing to create the perfect world for those people in your life? Do you have some kind of giving ritual? I'm involved with an organization called Together We Can Change the World, where we help create sustainability in orphanages around Southeast Asia. It's a most wonderful feeling to know that you're doing something good for somebody else. In corporate work, or whatever you may be doing, you just try not to be so self-absorbed. And no matter how worried you are, or no matter how pressured or stressed about trying to create business, if you focus on your customers, and you focus on others, and it's not about you, it's about them, good chance you're going to have a good life. Keep it fun. It's been great sharing with you. I know it's just about my time. Thank you very much.
Okay, normally we will go on with the pitching round first, but because it's Scott and he's a close friend of mine, we're going to do the Q&A first, so you can ask him any question that you want about his speech, about personal life. Is that okay?
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, anything. But I think if you have Scott here, you might not want to ask about his single.
No?
Yeah, it's okay. Ask something else, please. Questions?
What? This is the first time.
saying yes to Maverick. Probably my biggest mistake is I focused in my business too early on marketing before I really knew. In my case, the product is me. So I'm a fairly so I went out before my was. I should have spent more time on my product. So I went out. I mean, it is. I mean, you need to be out there with. You know, it's like you said, my case, your mind. So, me, what I've done is I was more worried about getting out there and marketing and stuff because the best marketing tool, the best promotional piece for a speaker is a good speech. And then marketing will give it itself. So I was too worried about trying to get out there in front of meet the right people and create the right brochure. And I really should have been doing what Dale Carnegie told me and done more speaking.
Yeah, well done.
Can you tell us a little more about your life that inspired you to do this film celebration?
I wanted to. The celebration piece is my first few books were on humor. I wrote a book called Use Humor for a Change. My football program. My next book was Celebrate the World Most Admired Organization. And actually, I was speaking at the HRD conference here in Malaysia about 3 years ago. I was on the way to Petronas Leaders Tour, and I was serving on the board of Orange in Malaysia. There's another board member who keeps marketing your we're starting to write called How to Work with Tracking People. And it's way what your unique twist on life, on business, on how you engage people. And the more we talked, I realized that I have a lot of celebration in my life. I love surprise. And as we dug deeper and we looked at what works, really celebration became my branding within that employee engagement space. And since I do a lot of HR conferences around the world, that seemed to be the right culture right for that market. So that's how that came about. I was in sales and marketing for our family business. I was president of a side sales organization called I would summarize the speaker's talk on the phone, and I at our sister sales professional club downtown. He was the founder of the National Speakers Association, and came right into our sales club on the way to the airport. After the speech, on the way to the airport, had a unique style. Professional speaker. They said that everybody. Lucky I never heard it before I figured it out. I just had a professional speaker, so I was good at it. But that was an inspiration. And then I had some events in my life that happened. I lost a brother and suicide. And I wanted to speak to kids about how to make healthy stuff. Never to let temporary emotional resolution. I spoke to kids for quite a while. clients. What type of education? And I mean, how do I approach that client? I think makers do it. But if you just look at, you start with the end in mind. You start with the vision of what you want the company to be. And then, if you look at what steps take, a lot of those steps are going to
Hi Scott, I reckon you're a busy man and you do a lot of speeches and stuff, and you've written at least 4 books. So tell me some of the things that you do for those or tips on how you stay on top of things you have to stay productive and things like that.
How do I stay on top of
things like character rituals that go to one?
like my activity management system?
Yeah.
I wish I mean, it starts with what you do. So I end up working a lot of hours, more hours than I should, because I just get myself involved in type of projects that it takes a lot of time. So I start off the morning and I make a list of what I need to get done, and I'll just go at it. So, but I make sure when I commit to something that it's something to do. But I probably need to learn how to say, well, no problem. I wish I had a better answer, but I do a little work. If somebody else has a better answer, maybe I can learn from that answer. Thank you.
Do you see there's a role for cynical thinking? So while it's good to have a positive, there's also a role for being, you see a role for having a cynical perspective at times, because while it's good to see things from a very positive angle, but if you have a cynical perspective, you question your decisions and maybe different amounts of it.
Yeah, I think that play the role. I think that's where the celebrating failure comes in. I mean, so I'm not saying to be idealistic or look through rose-colored glasses. I'm saying to build, already works. So if you know things are going to take more risks, when you your heartbeat and you take those risks and you fail, then you learn from those lessons. So it's not, it's sure you want to get intelligent risks. It's how do you make an intelligent decision to take a risk? You think it through. You weigh the cons and you do whatever you would do to be a project manager to see those steps, and then you make your best guess, and then you learn from there. So yeah, I think make smart choices.
Yeah, true.
You can throw the mic, it's not mine.
Cash box.
Hi Scott, my name is Anne. I work at Kickstart.my. So I heard about saw things about encourage failure. So how do you inspire encourage failure when it comes to kids and also youth? The problem I have is kids from age 4 to 7 is that have this fear of failure. So and youth, they have even more fear. I can do this, and it's very hard for them to work out. It's very helpful.
By making fun. By like with the example of $50 bill for an adult. All of a sudden you're not here, you're not afraid of those risks, you actually be rewarded. So if you can create some kind of system for when they try and they put themselves out there, then when they do fail, reward them. The old you want a certain behavior, so whatever you want them to do, you want them to create some system of reward system around that, around taking risks.
this scientific
which part are you
research
talking about? Which part?
You know, your own programs or
I mean, the research that we have here, look at employee engagement and what biases work-based performance is. Studies by Aon, Hewitt, Gallatin, White, and Sure, it'll establish they want to input into their authentic selves and self-expressive and make it fun. Look at like PepsiCo. It used to be the old model in America was your manager worked 10 hours a week. I mean, 10 hours a day. You should be working 10 hours a day if you want to get ahead. Now every PepsiCo manager around the world has to ask of every direct report, what is the one thing I can do to help create a work-life balance? And they are judged on their performance review by how well they answer that question. So if you look at all the well-being statistics, when families are happy, when employees are happy, their results are better, retention is greater. So there's a lot of stuff out there.
Okay, could this just be a short trend?
I think in a billion years ago. I mean, ago. I mean, I wouldn't think so. I mean, you know, because we're now in a global community, the war on talent is you see what he sees up night the last 3 or 4 years. He said 2013 results just out. Talent's now number one. Sometimes it takes to make that where we create all the folks. I mean, right now, as we become a global community, and that's going to go on for quite a few years. We have that war on talent. It's here to stay for quite a while.
okay, and that was the last question. But Scott is going to be hanging around still, right?
Yeah.
And giving you a ride, so you have to hang.
That's why you said you give me a ride. You wanted to pick me up.
Yeah. Okay, let's put our hands together and thanks Scott.
Oh, I'm up.
Yes.
That's it. Oh.
I'll pay you on the way out.
Just like that?
Yeah. Okay, it's speech time. So, okay, we have the chill. Yeah, like ecstasy. So chill.
Okay, here.
Okay, we have a special pitch tonight, but yes, I promised her so she will come up to pitch. As you know, we have this Singularity University competition coming up.
Yay.
Yeah, just push the volume or something. So I have a special video from Vishen Lakiani, who's actually the founder of Mind Valley. So as Jiki rolled his way to the back, okay, I basically grew up with Jiki. We know each other since we were 7. He was the one who got me behind these classes because he turned up to school at standard 6, right, primary 6, with a set of glasses. I said, Jesus Christ, that's cute. And I actually wear it, and guess what? 1 month later, I'm short-sighted as well. So, yeah, so that's how it happened to me. But we have been friends for the past 7 years, and my principal, since age of 7, so that's like, geez, close to 7 years. My principle in business is always find a business partner that you know where the mother stays. So if he runs away with your money, you know who to threaten. So if you learn anything at all from me tonight, you learn that. So can I just play this video first?
When we launched Project Renaissance in 2013, we set a goal of turning Kuala Lumpur into one of the top startup hubs in the world within 10 years. The mission goes beyond just entrepreneurial ventures. It's to hack and transform Kuala Lumpur by bringing together the best minds in the world into our city, so that ideas can be born here and executed here. It's based on this stubborn, relentless belief that Malaysia already has the talent to make change and take on the world's grand challenges. So we're excited to announce the next step in Project Renaissance. It has been partnering with the University and the Lab this year in Malaysia to run competition. One of Malaysia's most remarkable minds and sending him on a full 3-week scholarship to the heart of Silicon Valley to study at Singularity University, perhaps the most important education program in the world today for creating innovators that are pushing the need forward. What's Singularity U? Well, it was founded by Peter Diamandis, who was perhaps the most remarkable minds on the planet today. Peter started the X Prize Foundation, and I've had the honor of being part of the foundation's innovation board. And his partner, Singularity, is Ray Kurzweil, who is one of the lead thinkers at Google and one of the foremost scientists alive today. Together, they built an education program that attracts minds from all around the world. These minds are given exposure to exponential technologies. In other words, technologies that are only the point technology, physics, technology, technologies that have the potential that touch 1 billion lives in the next 10 years. Projects and ideas executed through Singularity U have uniquely used technology to solve challenges in education, healthcare, transportation, and these great minds members will be eventually the training support to connect Silicon Valley and the world to go back to their home countries and do truly epic things. See, I was born in Malaysia, grew up here, lived here with my life. I believe the biggest challenge in Malaysia that causes so many bright Malaysian minds to move overseas and cause great rate is a lack of vision. Too many Malaysians underestimate themselves. I got a chance to work in Silicon Valley. I worked for rapidly growing startups. I got to see the opposite of emerging companies in the valley, such as Google, and to even start my own company in the valley. And all of this inspired me to think differently. And that's why when I came back to Malaysia this time, we decided that we're going to start a work environment right in Bubble to create one of the world's favorite places here in KL, all around the world, to follow and create new nations, and perform on the stage. I got because of this, what I did for me in the midst of the exposure to the minds that's dominant. That is what this is about. It's about taking a relation who show high potential and put that into an environment that's going to expand the vision of what they will do. Now, as we said, the winner will get a full scholarship of the entire tuition fee worth 90,000 ringgit. We're looking for someone to offer a service that could improve the lives of 1 million citizens within the next years. We're not looking for any particular gender, ethnicity, faith, privilege, or association. We're looking for most innovative to that country on a global scale. Because when we see one person from our community do it, it makes the rest of us believe and know that we do it too. So if you have an innovative idea or prototype that could directly impact the lives of millions of Malaysians, you can make that happen. We want you to go out there and inspire other people in KL, in Kuala Lumpur, to think beyond conventional goals. We want you to inspire kids to dream bigger, to grow up to transform lives and their future. This is what we want for Malaysia, and we're looking for a national hero. And upon your return to Malaysia, we recognize a leader in technology and innovation, empowered by the Global Singularity University Network to make the difference for the country. So let's get started. Directly below this video, you will be able to read about exactly what you do to apply to join this competition, and together we can create a new renaissance.
Watching the video so many times, but it still gives you giving a little warm feeling. This is the website you can apply. Closing date is this Saturday midnight. So what you need to do is record a 3-minute video for an idea that can impact 1 million lives, Malaysian lives, in the next 5 years. Someone came to me and said, okay, can we pitch a plan to overthrow the Prime Minister? Because I said no, but I said, yeah, but that's the criteria, right? Because you can actually impact 28 million lives in like 1 day. So, no, sorry, you can't do that. Something that's tech-based we prefer. Any ideas that you come up, okay, a lot of you come to me and you ask how am I going to execute my idea. You don't ask about the how, the Singularity University. If you just read them up, they basically research things like the Human Genome Project. Do you know that in the next 8 years, you will have something in the size of a tablet or pill or water, where if you actually drink it, it can prolong your life by 30 years. The age of immortality is within our hands, and these are the things that Singularity is doing. While everyone is talking about overpopulation, they are busy thinking about plans to send people to Mars. The only problem right now is that they can't get the person back because the gravity changes. So my idea is you teach about overthrowing the Prime Minister, you get a rocket, go to Mars, he can't touch you because he still wants to come back here, right? So, but those are some ideas that you can basically pitch. And I think some of the, those who have already recorded video are here tonight. So, can I get Nick, for example, for you to come and pitch?
Me?
Yes.
Walk up there? Oh, okay.
Yes. And as a community, I invite you as an end user, invite you as an inventor,
sorry,
invite you as an entrepreneur as well. To give you suggestion, give you question on how to perfect your speech. Because you'll be pitching here live on the 22nd of March. If you
not prepared.
yeah, that's all business is about. You walk in the lift and Tony Perez is there. He asks you, "Can you give me one business idea?" You have 1 minute, bro. So
okay. Well,
smile.
well, my idea that I presented was a hobby that I did was called findrecycler.com. It's basically a location-based semi-crowdsourced application to look for the nearest recycling facility. The idea about this came up because I was cleaning a room and I got recyclable materials like paper, whatever. And I looked around for a site which does this. I googled, I couldn't find such a thing, so I came up with that because even Google places they list the big boys or show the so this site should even be like maybe you found a recycle bin, you can just take a picture of it, upload it there, and then say, hey, this is the point here. So that when you go into the site, you can say it will detect your location and then say some paper to recycle. And that place was too far. They said somewhere there. Oh, there's some place just 10 meters away from you. So you just walk there and show your papers, and also saves you because you don't have to drive. Sometimes you might realize there's something right behind somewhere is burning. Well, this first time I'm to like.
You'll be pitching to Kyrie live in person, right? So
oh yeah.
You prepare. Yeah. Okay. So any questions that you have, any feedback that you can give to make the pitch even better? Cricket. JC.
Yes, that was actually a few weeks ago. I was at the 1MT group, and actually there was someone who actually does ISI Malaysia. So there's some sort of services like this. The partnership is coming up too. I'm just waiting for his call, but he hasn't called me yet, or maybe I should call him. I don't know, but there would be something that in the line.
Yes.
It is a web. It is at recycler.com. It is not really a mobile app right now because I do have the resources or time to do a standalone mobile app. But it is a web app.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, Nick.
Yeah.
with the government too. So sorry to check your issue. Yes. So it's like an open formulation. So and then feedback you have to give the great. You know who it is. So I mean, if you want to give something of a private, just look for him. Over here. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Yes.
Good evening. Good. What's up?
So do come and look for me afterwards, and I'll give you my card, and you can pass me yours so that I can send you more information. Basically, it's just that this is my third World Cup project. I started for Germany in 2006, South Africa in 2010, and it has been a very rewarding experience. It's still the most watched game in the world and the most successful. Thank you.
Yeah, I think China too. To Singularity University. So if you have any idea that you think, okay, basically, okay, medical doctors in the right, listen. Okay, really, I don't have to give you a bad news. For the next 10 years, you guys are obsolete as medical doctors. Okay, how many track fans over here? Okay, you know the tricorder that basically you can just scan on your wrist or your forehead and immediately diagnose you on the spot and stuff like that. That's going to make doctors obsolete. And that's some projects that's been talked about as Singularity. Our vision was just that group that I think last week we recorded this video of some projects that's happened.
State and it's leads to help make our species here. So these are universities where a lot of things together. Working with Dan, Climax, Unity and Dan, space entrepreneur. You signed up for Singularity for the 3-month program and led this. Yeah, when I went to SU when I was 25. My co-founders were also 25 at the time. The developer and the application was 28. And you recommend it? Absolutely. And so now you have a company that's on the leading edge of space technology. You just have about 1 million contracts signed. Yeah, so we've basically worked really closely with NASA. NASA is our lead customer. We've got several contracts, we're 7 figures. That's incredible. From the people this company is based here, NASA Ames, where singular U is based. Yeah, so basically that is thinking. So if someone wants to change the world, they want to look on singular U. Someone wants to change
You guys heard that? It's about go and get applied in Malaysia and we'll be sponsoring you.
All right, awesome. All your open and unlocked already done. Level technology sector.
Yeah, we should really make very good service. Yeah, but so those are the, so some of you have thought, you know what, I decided that to be a great pitch idea because 10 years ago, if I'm telling you that you'll be speaking to a piece of glass, you're laughing a bit, but that's what I want today is speaking to a piece of glass. So looking for that kind of technology to bring singularity, and I'm sorry to say, one of the people that you're pitching against will be me. Yeah, DNA, correct. Basically, my idea is, I believe that people are born to be happy, but somehow they don't know why. They don't know how to achieve it. So I'm actually designing an app or a website that actually trains an AI in such a way that, let me make it simple. I'm actually doing the Google of people. The next time when you have a conversation with yourself and you record, I'll actually tell you what that is, your strengths, your weaknesses, how I feel, what cultural impact for your decision in life, what kind of business partners you should look for, and guess what? If you know your strategies in the so these are some real shit. So you're not my bosses, so I'm the bosses and all that. It's along the way in my our mind and my express values shift, and I didn't know that. So I'm actually creating, if you add something to the back, I just record what I'm seeing on a day-to-day basis. That's man, your values have shifted. You use value, action, relationship. Now you're actually valuing money, for example. So by those kind of consciousness, you actually know your blueprint for your own happiness, because to start applying for a job is something that's designated by people that I think don't all of us at the age of 7, you should learn. You are if you're at age 7, 9, certainly the consistent talents that you have, pick it up from anywhere else. I believe that's masters and all that. But sometimes while in our genetics, how would you know that your great-grandfather or great-grandfather is not very rich? Genetics have been assigned waiting for the right line from our ancestors. You have to add. Why research is just too far. So that's my pitch for happy DNA, and that's yours. But if you come to a crazy idea by all means, go ahead. So simple, just create a video, 3 minutes, go to renaissance.com/apply. And please, I want the next person to go there to be a recommendation, to be a true relation. And when you're there, you'll be sharing your knowledge and your relationship with us. You could be the one that inspires the world. And if you come back, you overthrow the government. And with that,